think, in my opinion, the hardest one was the third championship. I think doing anything twice is very difficult, and trying to do it 3 times in a row is almost an impossibility at the NBA level. So especially during that time when we played, they don't have the so-called super teams with a bunch of superstars play like they do today. And then the most emotional was probably the first championship, because I was undrafted in the NBA and wasn't supposed to be around long enough for a cup of coffee, let alone all season long, and playing in the NBA Finals against the Los Angeles Lakers, a team I grew up idolizing. So that was the most emotional for me. Something great about team sports, unlike individual sports, a bond that is formed, almost like a brotherhood, more than a friendship, more than a fraternity, brother. It's a special bond, especially when you have an opportunity to play several years in a row with the same players. And then at the pro level, all the time, because guys are, we go from playing to coaching, broadcasting. I've been involved with the game see Charles Barkley comes to a lot of games. In fact, he was on my flight from Phoenix to Atlanta and came over, gave me a big hug. He saw me before I saw him, and he took the time to come over and say hello. I was never teammates with him, but I competed against him in Phoenix when he was in Phoenix for the third championship. Yes, not only the guys that you play with, but the guys that you compete against. For such a long period of time, there's a friendship, and there's also the respect side of things. We see each other, and it's maybe been a few days or a few years, and still have a lot of love and respect for each other. There was a game, my 4th year in the NBA, was playing for Chicago Bulls, and it was, we were in Madison Square Garden playing against the Knicks, the New York Knicks, and we were trying to go for our 4th championship in a row, and it was without Michael Jordan. And it would have been special to beat the Knicks without Michael, because it proved to all of us that he was our superstar and the greatest player ever, but that we had a lot of heart and that we could fight hard too. And the game was close. It came down to free throws, unfortunately, at the end of the ball game by a young player that I played college ball with. So I was happy for him, but I was disappointed in myself, because I knew, one, I really wanted to beat the Knicks because they were our arch rival. 2, I wanted to do it without Michael Jordan because it proved something to a lot of the fans that just said that the team was really Michael Jordan and a bunch of stiffs. So I knew it was the last time that I was going to play for the Bulls. And I loved Chicago. I loved the people of Chicago. I loved my teammates. But I knew it was going to be time for me to move on after the end of that game. I played with this player's father. That shows you how old I am becoming now. When I was with the Milwaukee Bucks, this kid was your ages, and he would run around the locker room and run around the court with his kid. Turned out to be Steph Curry. He had the best year of any player I've seen in a long time in the NBA. He led his team with grace and strong leadership, and I appreciate what they accomplished. Now, ask me if I wanted to see him win the World Championship this year, and I'd have to say no. I was pulling for my old team, Cleveland Cavaliers, to beat the Warriors in the championship. But that wasn't the question. The question was, who had the best year? So I think Steph had the best year.